Alrighty, beautiful morning, day, or evening, or whatever you're watching this. Welcome back to more From Glory to Goo. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a, well, not necessarily a nostalgia run, but something along those lines, and we are going back to the Admiral as the captain, because I just wanted to play with him a little bit. Seeing as that is the only captain so far where we had great success in surviving on Conqueror difficulty, and today we're going to be checking him out and see what we can do on Survivor difficulty. Now, the previous episode was pretty good. We checked out the physicist, and we also went with some heavy defenses, which actually played perfectly well into the physicist himself because he has a lot of passive that will allow us to create a bunch of defenses and use less energy while they're operating, which is definitely a key thing when it comes to static defenses in this game. Now today I'm actually thinking about doing a few things differently, actually. And that is because I'm still struggling with, with the main idea of we don't know where the waves are going to come from. Yes, there are a few exceptions, and I've had a great chat with one of my viewers. There are ways of figuring it out. I think it's one of the upgrades you can get for the ship. But yes, sure, you can do that. But I also want to set up defenses that doesn't require us to do so. And the way I kind of want to do that is just finding choke points all the time that we are going to secure and then push out kind of like in an Age of Darkness style, where we put down a little bit of defenses so that position is secured, then we start moving out. And if we can secure that area, the next area that we essentially secure, then that's fantastic, and we can build up another set of defenses after that. But if not, then we can just fall back to the previous location and build up when the wave arrives. So that's kind of what I want to do, as opposed to the last minute building. Essentially, the last minute build up I think is not really working out. And it's not necessarily due to resources, also due to time, because there are certain occasions where, actually there were quite a few occasions where the waves just came from locations that I couldn't even guess where they're actually going to come from. So regardless of how much resources I would have had stockpiled, essentially it wouldn't have mattered, I think. Simply because of the fact that they just, started splitting into locations and then took like an insane route that we didn't have eyes on. So yeah, I think it's mostly time that is constraining us and building up those defenses. So we'll check out a different approach this time around. Just have a great time. Hopefully this is gonna be enough. It is gonna be enough. Okay. Now this is like a prime choke point. All the problems is right next to our base, so obviously we're not gonna stay here for long. Actually, my mouse is not clamping to the screen. What if I switch over to full screen? Will that help? Or do we have an option for that actually? I'm not seeing it. Oh, we actually have damage numbers. Let's just turn that on for interesting's sake. It's very interesting. I actually didn't know that the game has damage numbers. Okay. So this is gonna take up positions until that location. Okay. So we can do this. Now we're gonna have a ton of water, so we can actually start building up a lot more habs. Beautiful. And then we're also gonna need some energy, but just not yet. Okay, perfect. So next thing is gonna be crystals. We need to go for them crystals. Now, the good thing is we have a ton of locations we can actually utilize in that regard. This is a prime spot. This would be 3.6. This would be 3.2. This would be less and less. Okay, so overall pretty good values, but we're gonna start out with the 3.6 just so we can maximize that. I think we can bring this out and then a couple of solar panels, or one solar panel that is, and just connect this up. Start getting the crystal going because I want to start, working on our spaceship, which is the base Raven. So technically really doing a nostalgia run by going back to everything that we started out with, which is the Raven as the ship and the Admiral as the captain. I'm pretty sure that this was actually the default captain model, because in 0.3, update 0.3, they actually introduced unique captain models, which is fantastic, but I'm pretty sure this was the default that every single captain had previously. Do correct me if I'm wrong. Alright. Got some more habs. Effort is extremely important, so we need to focus on that greatly. And of course energy as well. Now where should we expand as the next decision that we need to make? This would be a fantastic location for more water. Check that out. We have a lush over here with high water value. Or, actually I'm not seeing ore. Because we really should be going for ore. Just so we can get some of those more advanced buildings, you know, that we absolutely love. Which is the recycler, the factory for boosting the limit of resources that we can store. That's actually extremely important. And I'm not seeing any ore around, so I'm not entirely sure where to proceed. But you know, let's just thumb this location and see what happens. Actually, we also have lush over here and a geyser. It's even better. I'm pretty sure there is ore nearby. I'm just unlucky currently. I don't see it. We'll have to see. Okay, and this probably... I think this also needs to be thumped. That's a risky thumper over there. But I'm going to take the risk. Or there could be some ore over there. We'll have to see. Okay. No ore in sight over here. Might need to put up a quick barracks to start pushing out. Okay, that thumping is also going to take place very soon. Yeah, because if you don't see ore... I mean, it's not the end of the world, because in the first wave we only need walls, which cost crystals, and then we also need the turrets, which also only cost crystals. So technically we're still good. In case you don't find any ore, I just like to start kicking off these resource productions in all of these games. Still no ore, but there's an increased amount of enemies. Okay, well, not bad. Saw orbiter, love it. Okay, well, we can clear this area. At least we have a ton of water over here. That's good. Yeah, this is going to be another location for... I'm leaving out these spaces, of course, for the robotics that we will unlock later. And then we can just pop them in the middle and boost all the halves that are nearby. Now, this location is very scary. Actually, we can in fact pull an Age of Darkness over here and just put down some turrets just to definitely secure this area up front. I think we don't have enough for another one. Yep. Okay, no worries. We also need to keep in mind that the goo is relentless, as the tooltips tell us, and they are going to actually come in locations which are not defended. Okay, I can definitely see that those damage numbers are going to be insane later on. We might turn them off. We'll have to see how problematic they are. Okay, and still no ore in this position. And we can go with crystals still. Yeah, we can actually go with a lot of crystals. Just looking at our base location. I mean, that's good. Like I said, wave number 1 is only going to be turrets. Normal laser turrets. We don't need to overdo things. We definitely don't need like the cannon, or what's it gonna be, the autocannon turret. Yeah, we definitely don't need that for the first wave. We can even boost our ship a little bit. Crew efficiency could definitely use some love. Should we go with some crew efficiency immediately? Yeah, I say yes. Let's try to do that. Also do a little bit of scouting. I'm pretty sure we are going to need the barracks very soon, because there's a lot of locations that need to be held. Although this is a pretty good turret. This is way too open. I don't want to waste a turret just to secure this here. Now this is a beautiful angle, so I am going to put this down. We also need to reinforce that position, because once this starts shooting, right, that's going to attract a lot of enemies. Let's grab more solar panels. And still no ore. Was it the physicist that had the ship? Well, it's actually not the physicist's ship. It was just the ship that we played when we tried out the physicist, which had the little scanner or radar. That's actually super helpful in these situations, because you can just scan, you know, where's the resource that I'm looking for, or maybe scan for a choke point. So it's super helpful. Of course, I love the guns on the spaceship, because they are equally extremely useful, especially during waves. Do we need more water? I think yes. Maybe we can even use a thumper down here. Could be a little bit extreme, because I don't want to push one location out that much. I usually want to focus on locations that are kind of basic, so in terms of enemies. This is also the same tactic we go with Age of Darkness. Is when we have level 1 enemies nearby, then we try to focus on the level 1 enemies. Is that ore? Yes, it is. Okay, beautiful. So we try to focus on the level 1 enemies and not directly push into level 2 and level 3 enemies. It's kind of what I want to do here as well. You know, I don't want to get to the dangerous alien structures with just the 5 base units that we have currently. Oh shit, that's actually going to... I don't want to block these locations. I want to be agile in terms of movement.
Orders received. On my way.
Okay. Let's go for the factory. Absolutely. Or actually, before we go for the factory, let's just go for the robotics. We can put down a few robotics. And that will allow us to really boost our effort income. Yeah, I think we should focus on that. Another robotics can go down, and it's going to be wave 33 for the first wave. The first enemy wave. Or cycle, it's called. Wave 33 is going to be the first cycle. No. Fucking shit. Bro, it's in the morning. I apologize. This is the first video I'm recording today. Yeah. Let's ignore that. Let's take out the spawner very quickly. Okay, nice. That was just a small spawner. That's good. Let's grab a few. Actually, I haven't tried these reclaimed before. I always put down troops. I just spotted that little shit. Okay, so now they're getting aggroed. That's also kind of a mechanic that I was never really able to figure out. Like, just they seem to be randomly getting pissed off by my presence. Bird Goo can detect infected humans, but they can be trusted to wield anything more dangerous than a sharp object. Okay. So like, this is the perfect situation where I didn't want to be in. Perfect example of a situation I didn't want to be in, because the wave is going to come from the left, and in the left we don't have any choke points. If they came from the top, we would be pretty good. But now they're going to come from the left. And we don't really have a choke point in the left, so... Would this stomper do much? I mean, not really. Okay, well then we have to guess, I think. Or just, you know, put down a few defenses in key locations that they could come from. Here. This water position is probably gonna go down. Okay, let's do that. And then we're gonna wall up where we can see the wave. Okay. Next we can go with the factory, but now I just want to focus on the wave itself. So, okay, let's actually check out these reclaimed. What we can do with them. Because in terms of damage, they have 3 melee damage. Let's compare it to the trooper that has 4. Some of which. Okay. They have 4 heavy armor. Oh. So they actually have heavy armor compared to the normal troopers' medium armor. Interesting. So that means we can kind of use them as tanks. To tank some of the damage. You know what? I think we can afford this. Only problem is it's a gamble, right? It's gonna be a gamble because they might not come from up there. They might come from down here. That's ultimately, if we had a nice little choke point going for us, then we wouldn't have that issue. But there's no point in thinking about that because it is what it is. We can put down some gates later on, excuse me, to get out of there if we want to. Okay, it looks like it is going to be from up top, but that was just a wild guess, so I'm not going to count that as a good read or anything, because we didn't know that for sure. Okay, so I'm actually intrigued to check out these reclaimed in terms of using them as tanks and then troopers backing them up. Okay, now hopefully they aren't going to turn around and come down here, but in case that happens, I'm just going to put down a few wall pieces down there as well. But no, it looks like they're going to attack down here. Or up here. Okay. Nice. Let's use the beacon. Running out of energy. Okay, let's give a little bit of energy actually to the ship as well. Okay, we completely ran out of energy. That's not a good sign. Okay, what can we upgrade? Spaceship gun reload time is less. Love that. Oh yeah, we don't have energy, that's why they're powered down. Okay. Yeah, okay, so if we had energy, this would have been a lot smoother, that's for sure. Let's just start pushing out, actually. A few of these reclaimed. And we have the factory. Is it done? Yes, it is. And of course, we need ore for that, so I'm immediately going to push for the ore that we have over here. 22, and then we're gonna put down another one. Excuse me. Okay, let's just also secure up top. But these guys are not taking any damage. Okay, and they found the only spot where it's not defended. Of course, that always happens. That's okay.
On my way. You got it.
So this guy has been taking a beating for I don't know how long, and is only down 50% HP.
You got it. You got it. Let's go.
It's kind of crazy. Okay, let's thump this area.
We're under attack.
Back it up with a water source. Yeah, this is actually super amazing. Plus the enemies won't unburrow from these guys.
We're under attack.
They get really pissed at me. Yeah, and the connection got destroyed up top. That's not good. Oh yeah, these are getting attacked for sure. Okay. I think we need to pop down a little turret over there next to it. Maybe a turret over here. Not enough effort. Okay.
We're under attack.
Actually, put down another robotics. So we pop the next couple of efforts. Okay. Yeah, these guys are barely taking any damage. I mean, we can use these guys and then a bunch of troopers and then later commandos next to them, behind them. That would be insane.
We're under attack.
Okay, let's do some effort production manufacturing zone. I say yes. Because we really need a ton of effort. Okay, let's pick up the box. Nice.
We're under attack.
Okay, this will need to be cleared out entirely for us to be able to put down anything there. Okay, we need to keep expanding like crazy.
We're under
This is a
attack.
very far thumper. That's okay.
You got it. You got it.
Okay, let's piss him off.
Let's go. Let's go.
We're under
You
attack.
got it.
Piss him off for some additional clearing. Okay. Nice. Maybe we need a little bit of force down there. Put down a battery.
We're under
Okay, now that is secured because we have a turret going on. Yeah, the only problem is actually these poppers.
Let's
We're
go.
under
On my way.
attack.
Can cause a ton of issues actually. Is this getting attacked? Yes, it is. Okay.
On my way.
Getting a little bit intense, not gonna lie.
We're under attack.
You got it. On my way.
Okay, maybe we can afford a second barracks. Should we go with the second barracks even?
We're
I'm
under
not sure, but we
attack.
definitely should go with the drill mine over here. 2.7, I kinda like that. That's a nice one.
Let's go. On my way.
Okay, we're getting eaten away somewhere.
We're under attack.
Now this is actually gonna be a prime spot for a ton of something. Could be like solar panels even. Beautiful, that put it in the exact position that we don't have connections to.
On my way.
Okay, now that guy got wrecked by 1,000 of these thrashers.
We're under
Let's go.
attack.
Let's go. You got it.
Okay. Need to hold the line until we can build up something meaningful.
On my way.
Oh boy, starting to be rough. Okay, crew efficiency is not bad. Let's make sure the power doesn't go out.
We're under attack.
Okay, good.
You
I
got it.
think some were reclaimed. Good idea. Then, like I said, a ton of effort can come from this position. What? Oh, that's an infested or infected.
You got it.
Okay, beautiful. That also got taken out. Which completely screwed our pathing. Connections. Not good.
You got it.
Yeah, they're getting extremely pissed.
We're under attack.
On my way. You got it.
Okay, at least we're getting some ore going. Because I do want to put down a factory just to boost our resources and also our capacity. We can store resources. 300, that's good. So this is the one where they deliver. Yeah, mines will deliver there. So ideally we should be, for example, over there, in the middle of our base. Okay, that's gonna be taken out, good. Let's go for a battery. We don't have the effort. Yeah, we definitely need to work on effort. Once you have more effort, good. Because I feel like everything we do have
We're
to
under
build more
attack.
habs.
On my way.
Okay, we can clear that position maybe. We have a lonely trooper over there. And we also have some ore up there. Check that out. Nice. I'm just not happy with our effort income, so I think we need to completely focus on that, 100%.
We're under attack.
Like that.
You got it. You got it. On my. Let's go.
Okay. Let's pop the popper.
On my way. You got it.
That can cause some issues. Maybe a thumper. I mean, thumping this area
Let's go.
can be super helpful.
We're under attack.
Okay, they're still aggroed onto this position. Let's see. I mean, ship-wise we're doing pretty good. We can also put down a thrust here. But we still need a lot more effort.
We're under attack.
And soon some energy as well. But ultimately we need a ton of effort. If you have a ton of effort, then you can just build anything. For example, infinite solar panels. Yeah, you do need crystals, but you also, if you have effort, then you can also put down mines for more crystals. So yeah, we definitely need to focus a lot more on effort in general. Okay, even more habs, and then like I said, we're gonna go for the biome upgrade as soon as we
We're
can.
under attack.
Could of course get the geyser as well if we're running out of water. Currently we're running out of energy. Okay, 300 effort coming in. Plus we also have a ton of grassland. Yeah, I don't think... Actually, yes, because we built enough stuff to actually run out of water. So that's going to come
We're
until
under
that
attack.
position. Nice. Okay, and some more solar panels. Yep. Okay. Do we need anything over here? We can put down a research lab. Oh, they're gonna come from up top. So if we're lucky, then they might come from this position over here, which does have 2 nice choke points. I'm just not entirely sure that they are actually going to come from that position.
Let's go. Orders received.
And we do need to grab the captain for
We're
support.
under attack.
So these locations are not really doing too good. And we are completely out of energy. That is unacceptable right before a wave. We absolutely need to work on that. Maybe one more power? Or crew
We're
efficiency?
under attack.
I think crew efficiency. Okay, you know what, let's wait around a little bit. See where the wave is going to come from. I'm pretty sure it's going to be from here, but you know, it can be anything. They can circle
We're
around
under attack.
to up here. They could even come down here, potentially. Where we're stationed, so there's like a lot of options. So I'd rather wait around. We already have a ton of resources stockpiled, which is good. Factory over here.
We're under attack.
No, actually, factory over there. We're not blocking anything. Okay, so let's see where they're going to come from. Could actually be from here. You know what? I'm just going to wall this up and anticipate. And this is why I said in the beginning of this episode that we need a really good economy for this strategy to work. Because I still don't have... Oh, you can toggle the health bars with Alt. That's actually extremely useful. That is fantastic. Nice. Okay, because now we can see the health of every unit, regardless of whether they're selected or not. Oh, that's actually... Wait, that was just the flyer part of it. The actual wave might not actually come from there. That's the tricky bit. It could come from down here. But they're not. Okay. This also feels like a little bit of a luck. Okay, we can call down a free shot with the Wayfarer beacon. Then we also have some ordnance. Nice. Let's grab an upgraded rocket orbiter. Love it. Let's call down one more shot. Okay, nice. And I think let's go with some more factories. A factory over here. That makes sense. Holy shit, what happened here? What? Why did we suddenly get attacked so much?
We're under attack.
Did I misclick? Oh no, here's a spawner. Okay, so that makes sense. But down here, I'm not sure why we got instantly wrecked. Okay. It's not really okay. Let's go for some turrets over here. Passive defense, too close to enemy. Oh, there's a lobber. Okay. Let's take that out.
We're under attack.
It was a nice lobbing. That was a popper, maybe. Dude. They are really aggressive. Yeah, this is why we need to lock everything down with turrets. Regardless of whether it's going to be a wave or no wave. Because otherwise we're going to be spending the entire game doing this. Just recovery. So every single position needs a turret. And that's it. And also thumpers. Shouldn't go cheap on thumpers either.
We're under attack.
Okay, now we actually have a shit ton of resources, guys. Let's upgrade this. Okay.
We're under attack.
Oh, that broke. That's not good. Let's actually... Okay, so this is now kind of secured, but no, it's not entirely secured. Could even wall this off. Why not? Won't hurt. Okay, now let's actually explore in this position. And then put down a drill. 1.5, and that's a more secure location. Love it. Okay. Let's get some more research, especially the biome. Oops, actually cancelled it. Yeah, let's grab the biome and see what we can do with that. And also the geyser. Yeah, we need the geyser. Because we are going to need a lot of water to support that. Oh, we have a geyser over there. We can expand. We have a geyser over here. A geyser over there, which you also need to expand to.
You got it.
There's a small spawner. I think we can take that out. No worries. We could do a lot of upgrades on the ship. Effort production even.
Let's go. On my way.
Juke these guys back.
We're under attack.
Nice. And another turret. But the problem is the turrets actually take up workers. So it's not like you can just infinitely spam turrets without any consequence. You can actually go with more Age of Darkness approach, which is to even surround it with a little bit of wall. So then it will have some extra protection.
Let's go. Let's go. On my way.
Yeah, we could actually start pushing in that position. Let's see. Oh boy. Okay, now the lobber, if the lobber gets in contact with the turret, and he did, beautiful. Nice. We kind of need to spend our resources. Geyser and then recycler. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Okay. So now we are going to need a ton of water. Oh, we actually have a geyser up here as well. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I feel like more energy
We're under
is
attack.
something that we are going to need. And then, of course, a ton of water. So this is closing up, which I like. We're finally getting close to a choke point. Oops, that was unintentional.
Let's go.
Okay, and as soon as we move out from this position, the goo comes in. It's kind of the craziest part of this game, is how fast they react
We're under
to undefended locations. It's definitely not coincidence at this point, because when I first played this game, I thought that was just coincidence, but no, they just immediately find the gaps in your defense and immediately push that.
Got it. You got it. Let's go.
Let's actually push with turrets.
We're under attack.
It's also a new concept. Yep. Okay, now this can be locked down entirely. Like so. But let's defend it while it's getting built, otherwise it's going to be taken out. Okay. 9 cycles left. And we definitely need auto cannons. At least. For that. Actually, in terms of any other resource, we're doing fine, other than effort. So we could burn this effort. Oh no, this crystal and ore. Nice. Okay, so that's going to trigger a few guys over there. That's fine, we can just build up some walls even. Maybe even a second turret if we really need to. I'm not sure how much we actually aggroed by putting the tower over there.
We're under attack.
Okay. Now, now the real shitty situation is gonna be if they come from up here, because up here we, first of all, like I said, we don't have a choke point, which is horrible,
My way.
but we also don't have anything prepared. So, I still go with halves because we still have a ton of potential to back it up with water. I should probably move the mic so I can see how much water we have. Oh, we have a ton of water. Nice. Okay, probably more factories would be nice, just to improve our storage capacity. Yeah, let's go for that geyser for sure. I'm pretty sure we're gonna need a ton of water if we keep upgrading our, you know, our halves to biomes. We're up 380. That's nice because that's the price of an autocannon turret. No, an autocannon is actually 250. Okay, nice. Even better. No, they're still pushing this location. Okay, it's gonna be from up top again. Now the only question is it gonna be coming in the same location as previously? Or not? That will... Okay, at least one of these turrets will cover the pump we have over there. Nice. Okay, I think we are kind of covered.
We're under attack.
So, is it going to be from the same location? I'm not sure.
We're under
We could anticipate that it is going to be. I think these intermediate turrets could be replaced by autocannon turrets. And then the outer turrets could be against the flyers. So anti-air
We're under
turrets.
attack.
Okay, so this is getting attacked. Yeah, this zone is not really covered. But I mean, even if they break through our reclaimed, which are still the crazy units. Kind of sad I didn't try them out before. And also it's this raised platform, which you can use to improve the max health and weapon range. I think the weapon range is something that we need. Okay, let's do that. Let's upgrade this. Let's upgrade power, absolutely, because otherwise we're not going to be able to shoot. And that is very bad if that happens. We can upgrade this to a medium cannon, Gatling gun, rocket launcher, laser gun. Holy shit. Should we go with the rocket launchers? Try that out. You know what? No, let's just wait for where the wave is actually going to come from. Because now one of the parts of the wave is actually splitting away. Yeah, they're definitely not going to take the same route as previously. Yeah. which is going to be a problem. Because they might actually come from this position down here, which is like a very small position to come from. Oh boy. We need a few anti-air then, because it looks like both the ground and the air parts of the wave is going to come from the same location. This turret is under attack. Not anymore. Or did they just... Yeah, they kind of screwed me over. It's actually going to be from the same position as previously. Wow. Good thing is this auto can at least will reach them. Especially if we have the raised platform. We could just put a raised platform. How do you do that? Oh, that's how you do that. Okay. Okay, so part of the wave is getting taken out by our defenses over here, and then the other part is getting taken out from our normal defenses up top. Okay, that's good. Okay, and I didn't end up getting the rocket launcher upgrade. Hold on a minute.
On my way.
We are out of energy. That is potentially a game-losing situation to be in. Because now we cannot defend in any way. I can call down a shot from the ship, which doesn't have a gun because it just managed to pop the upgrade. That was a very bad decision. That was a horrible decision. Let's see how this works and how much damage it actually does. Not bad, Wally.
We're under attack.
Let's go. Attack on my
Okay,
way.
yeah, this was like super unsuccessful, all things considered. Plus running out of energy is equally bad. We need to seriously work on our
We're under
like storage, energy storage. I'm gonna pop this, put a not this battery. Destroy this, put a battery. Destroy this even, put a battery. I know we're not efficient in terms of how the bonuses apply, but I'm not going for that currently. I just want to stockpile a bunch of energy. Okay. So, what is the next? Well, we need to work on our worker situation by upgrading everything to biomes. Probably getting this geyser. Yeah, we should probably definitely get that. And also, there's a ton of potential for... Well, unless we... If I didn't put down all those defenses, then it would have been a nice potential. Okay.
We're under attack.
That's getting attacked, but that's fine. Yes, and it was bound to happen that we run out of water. A little bit of water from here, that's nice. Actually, a lot of water from here. Yeah, that's 25 water. Love that. Put down an auto cannon turret over here. Maybe like a forward cannon. And then a geyser. Once we secure it. Oh shit, that is going to be attacked. So we're going to pull Energy of Darkness, like I said, and just small wall that in. Put some nice walls around it. To protect against melee damage. Okay, so now we're up 12,000 energy, which is definitely the crazier. Let's upgrade these even more. Okay, we should be pushing. There's so many things going on. I'm not focusing on actually pushing. Looks like there's a ton of reclaimed over here that I built. Okay, so next up, I think the recycler, because this converts resources into different resources, will automatically convert excess resources when storage is exceeded. That's exactly what I want. Because even if you max out the storage, I don't want that to go to waste. So we are going to pick that up. Looks like we might be closing in on a choke point down here.
We're under attack.
Okay, let's actually raise this. Let's raise this guy.
On my way. On my way.
Let's bring the captain as well. Okay, now these guys are not mortal. Let's keep that in mind.
We're under
That's gonna be
attack.
29. Okay. One thing I realized from this rocket launcher is it takes a lot of time for it to actually calm down. Wait, does it actually... Wait, did that track enemies? Did I see that correctly?
On my way. Orders received. On my way.
Yo, that is... that was unexpected. Maybe the tooltip said so, I just didn't read anything. Hold on, can we actually read this? Let me just pause this. Fires missiles that will automatically lock onto enemies based on their threat level. That is beautiful. It's not just like stupid lock on, it's actually smart lock on. Very nice. Okay. Love that. Let's build a few autocannons.
Let's go.
Where's that little shit? Okay, so it doesn't even matter actually where I cast it. Well, it does because it's gonna be, you know, sent in the general vicinity of where I cast it, but not as... I don't have to be as precise as with, you know, like the normal gun. Nice. Now this is actually going to be efficient. We can make this efficient as well. Efficiently stored. I'm not even sure if we actually need these turrets back here. Well, we need the connection. We still need the connection. We can connect this up from the other side as well. Because I don't want to waste workers on turrets that are not actively going to be used. Plus, if we can just, you know, remove these in the way, from the way, then we can actually get more water out of the pump that we have going over there. Okay, nice. And this is actually now finally a choke point. It's actually a dead end, which is even better. Nice. Let's put down Thumper. These Thumpers are not efficient, but I want to go with safe Thumpers. Actually, the free casting. Wonder how that works. We didn't really see a free cast of a rocket launcher. Holy shit, the Watcher can take a beating. Check that out. Yeah, shouldn't be here.
We're under attack.
Yeah, does the Wayfarer beacon actually not... Or is that actually going to be one shot, as in one single rocket coming from it? It could be the case. Okay, let's use our resources, because holy shit, we have a ton of things. Reactor would be nice, SAM would be nice.
We're under attack.
Let's grab more factories, actually. And then a recycler, of course. Where is the recycler? Have we even built the recycler before? Laboratory bridge recycler. Here we go. Okay. Maybe over here. Now, see, it says that it converts access resources. But do I even need more of them? I wonder. Actually, this is what we need the laboratory for, right? Yep. Okay. Now we need a lot of workers, normal workers. So we could go with a few habs. Okay, what about the spaceship? There's a lot of things you need to focus on in this game. It's kind of the beauty of it. There's also the spaceship mechanic. You're also getting attacked in so many different locations. And now there's gonna be the wave coming soon.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I feel like this Wayfarer beacon is actually not doing anything with the rocket launcher. This would be a prime spot to actually thump, and then just put a bunch of turrets over here. What would also be nice is getting the commando. Yes, we are getting that. Hydroformer. Oh my god. So many things. Because then we can get this position in terms of water. A few autocannon turrets. If I can click it. There we go. Nice. So just chill over here. Can we grab this? Yes, we can. I was worried because we have an enemy over there, actually. Just clear that out, like so. Good. So now still up here is actually the worst position that we have. So if they are going to come from here, we're still screwed. Maybe like this. Actually, I'm not gonna put that down because I wanna keep this open for us to traverse. the exact same position again. Okay, so do we just call it? Be like, yes, they are absolutely going to come from up there, where they have previously, or not. Well, you know what? I'm just going to build this back up entirely, for sure. We also have some missile launchers now, which is good. That can help us out. Remote third rocket orbiter, second rocket orbiter. Good. Let's focus on the captain, bring his ass home. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to assume that is going to be from there, and I will hopefully not run out of energy. Just going to put a few of those up. Nice. Upgrade this. Power-wise... Oh shit, are we going to have enough power to upgrade everything? Maybe we actually need to take out one of the crew quarters. Not entirely sure though. Okay. That's nice. That's... Race platforming the missile launcher seems like cheating, but it's very nice. You can do that ore-wise. We're doing horseshit. Why is that? We don't have that much ore production, right? We only have this. Not sure if we can get a little bit of ore. Yeah, we actually can get 0.3. I think it's worth it. And here, by the way, oh yes. Yeah, if we were to push that out a little bit further, then we could even get a lot more ore income. This is extremely risky doing this.
You got it.
Okay, now I wonder if it's actually going to be the third time that they're going to come from there. Now this guy, it's kind of for AA purposes. So is this recycler? Oh, that's the lab. Where's the recycler? Just put a few of these guys over here. So this is the recycler. Oh, we can hold on. I don't think we've seen this. Problem is the last episode was a few months ago. Don't quite remember if we have actually seen this, but we can exchange resources. So we can exchange effort for crystals, ore, and uranium. We can exchange ore for crystals, crystals for ore, which is this is definitely something that I would want to do. But we cannot exchange anything for effort. Okay. So we cannot get effort other than, you know, a normal way of getting effort, but we can get all the other resources. So for example, if I'm missing out on a few ore for rocket launchers, for example, or missile launchers, then we can just take that. Oh shit. So I think the wave is still the same, it's just that we are aggroing them. That's why they're coming over here, yeah. Okay. I wonder what the rockets are actually going to hit. Okay, no, that's a lot of damage. I think looking at all of this, actually, we need to start moving away from laser turrets, I'm pretty sure, and moving into using SAMs, which I actually already researched. Beam tower. So many things, holy shit. I mean, we're maxed out on resources, might as well research all of these, right? Yeah, because these laser turrets are actually not doing anything at this point. Missile launchers are fantastic. Oh, that's a lot of damage for a single target. Wow. That was epic. Okay. So yeah, laser turrets need to go. And we need to exchange them for SAMs. So like this guy absolutely, because it's in the front line as well. That doesn't make sense to have a turret like that in the front line, I feel like. Can probably actually take all that effort. Is it worth it? No, we're maxed out. It's better to just fortify up again so that I don't forget. Okay, and then we need to re-SAM the entire position next to each other. Okay, and since this has a like crazy range, we can actually put the SAM further back.
Orders received. On my
Now
way.
this is of course if we assume that they're going to come from here again, which is not, of course that's not entirely the case. Could be from many other locations. So I don't want to overdo it, but I'm just going to replace what we had with more meaningful defenses. So for example, that laser turret also is pointless at this point because it's not dealing enough damage. Okay, and we are running out of water. Holy. Didn't really have a geyser that I didn't build on. Not sure. 0.9 is the most we can get out of this position. Oh yeah, there's the geyser I was talking about. Okay, let's grab that geyser. Do we have something that we can build? Reactor generates vast amount of energy if supplied with enough water. Well, that's exactly what we don't have. Life support. Stores water and reduces water use of nearby habs.
Let's go.
Found our building, guys. Man, I cannot wake up today. And here I'm drinking coffee at exactly 31.4 degrees Celsius in this room. Dude, I'm getting baked. I'm actually getting baked. It's probably not a good word for that, is it? No. I'm getting cooked.
On my way.
Yeah, that's definitely not a good word. Wow. Shit.
You got it.
My apologies.
On my way.
Oh, this is a nice location. Okay. So we can put this down. Life support. Is it going to be from here? Research completed. Yep, this is life support. Okay, so this will reduce the water cost. Oh, that's beautiful. And here. Nice. So all of these will have reduced water cost. And actually, one over here would be nice. 465. Okay. Yeah, right in the middle, over there. Beautiful. Cannot place over another building. I just wanted to place it over a connector. I'm just going to build this connector so that I don't forget to not actually block that path entirely. Okay, now we are losing a lot of water currently because I just upgraded a bunch of these habs, but the life supports are about to go up, and holy shit, check that out. 218 plus. That's a lot. Okay, then we can actually afford the reactor, funnily enough. And what is all of this? Hold on, I need to pause because I really don't remember if we actually saw these last time. Hydroformer, terraform surrounding tiles, turning dirt into grass and grass into lush. That is crazy. We need to try that out. Depot aids construction of nearby buildings and stores resources. Also stores resources. Nice. Processor built on top of uranium deposits to produce valuable isotopes. Requires crystals to produce. Okay. Now this is the question I had for like 10 episodes now, is how do we actually harvest? Or how do we gather isotopes? Here's the answer. Nice. We researched the beam tower. Okay, we'll try that out. Slipstream. A fast-moving gunship equipped with an autocannon. Nice. Okay. Force field. A wall made out of light. If powered, it will gain additional armor, but will drain power when hit. Cool. Advanced drill mine. Produces significantly more ore than the basic drill mine. All of these are amazing. Sky Garden. Uses a lot of water, but produces many professionals and experts. Okay, so this is actually tier 3 hab, right? So we have the habs, and then we have the biome, and then we have the Sky Garden. Hell yeah. We need a lot more effort, actually. Okay, but first let's go for the reactor. I want to see, like, actually how much water that will use. Well, we can figure that out from the tooltip. So this, so we have the reactor going. Then, oh, there's so many amazing things to research, as in figure out, and also to actually research. Okay. So reactor is halfway done. Okay, nice. Now I think our ship is just borderline good. I say borderline because if I were to upgrade this out of energy, yeah, that's a very big problem that we're out of energy.
We're under attack.
Because now everything is going to be attacked. Oh, that was a big mistake. GG. Yep, that is exactly why that's a big mistake. Oh, yo, 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 yo. Reactor 30 water.
We're under attack.
Oh shit. Are you serious that we're gonna lose because of this stupid
We're
move?
under attack.
Okay, let's grab all of our reclaimed. Let's try to push this back. We're gonna lose a lot of ore from this, but hopefully we can recover. So what's a reactor? In terms of water use?
We're under
30 water. Okay, that's easily doable. Holy shit. That's very much
On my way.
doable down here. Yeah, we cannot really... Okay, can all these go up? Nope. Not in time. I think this is not going to trigger anyone else. Then we can probably dismantle this position. Yeah, that's not going to trigger anyone else. Good. This was a tough one, guys.
On my way.
Yeah, so because the rocket launcher actually shot a few guys back there. It actually triggered a lot of enemies. Okay, let's grab an auto cannon over here.
Orders.
We're under attack.
On my way.
We just need to chill over here until we can build this position back up. This is actually very important because we also have some potential for water. Also have some potential for ore. And that's it. But that's a lot of potential. Let's also grab a thumper up there. Okay. Now what was it that also stored resources? Was it the depot? Yes, it was. Okay, let's put down a depot then. Now I'm still not sure if we actually need more of this. The recycler. Because it does say... Actually, I should put this on 4 hotkey. So it exchanges excess resources. But then I would assume we don't need more than one of this. Unless it's actually bringing the excess resources to it specifically. I'm not sure, actually. Cannot build reactors close to each other. Oh, that's still close. Damn, dude. Build a few halves. Let's remove this. Put a robotics in the middle. Okay, now I don't want to make the mistake of being completely maxed out on resources for so long. So, what I'm going to do is build more factories. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of water lost. Captain is under attack. Okay, let's actually raise this guy.
On my way.
I could maybe attempt to push this. I do realize that I'm not pushing at all. Like, this is pathetic in terms of pushing. With all these resources, I mean, we could have put down like 15 barracks and just build a bunch of commandos and probably take out the entire map. So that is definitely not good. The way that I'm not doing any of that. Okay, so any... Is it gonna be from here? Oh boy. And the ones up top, now that's a different location actually. The one up top. Now this is the real test of our economy. Let's double this up. Holy shit. Missile turrets next to each other, yeah, but we don't need that. We don't need laser turrets. Okay, now we need to exchange. Yeah, but I still feel like we're not gonna have enough time to actually build this up. Plus, potentially what? Potentially they're going to come from this left-hand side over here.
On my way. On my way.
And then we're totally screwed. I mean, wall pieces only cost crystal and effort. So technically, we're not that bad. Because we can just do this. Only problem is we don't have a single bit of enough firepower that we need. Piece of shit. Okay. We can dismantle these guys. So that's a lot of rockets. Missiles. Now for a wave like this, I'm pretty sure we cannot wait until they actually pop up. But, I mean, it could be from over here as well. This seems like likely, if there's a direct path. We also need some SAMs, which you don't have at all. Double SAMs, maybe that's enough. Now, where is the top wave going to go? That's also a big question. And also, like, are these guys actually going to come down here? Might as well fortify everything. No, it's actually going to be from here. But the question is, will our SAMs be enough? And also, just in general, our firepower, will that be enough? I mean, that's a lot of firepower. Kinda need a force field walls, I feel like. I just grab everything. Effort-wise, you're doing pretty good. Holy shit. What happened? What happened to these guys? Oh, they were only connected via the walls. Oh, okay, now that's a big fail. Yep, they were only connected via the walls. So the group up top is still going to come from that position. I feel like missile turrets are like the craziest. Okay, so we know for a fact that there was a wave coming from over here. Might as well put down some of these raised platforms. Okay, now this was a massacre. What a bunch of stupid fails in this one. Actually only being connected to to power via the walls. That's very bad. Okay, good amount of firepower. We could also check out this beam tower. What's very nice is that power-wise we're doing amazing. Okay. Depot. Ace construction. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean that we're just going to be faster in terms of construction? Could be. What is nearby? Because I don't see any range. Unless the range is huge. But it's not actually. Okay. Now what I do want to get is a sensor tower. Just so we can like light this place up. I think we're so well defended, at least in these positions, that we might as well not even move out from here. I mean, we could push, especially up top. But down here, it doesn't really make sense, in my opinion, to push out any further. Thumper? Well, we already have a Thumper over here. I think Sensor Tower is a better option. Okay, now these guys can go crazy. Yeah, otherwise we're not doing good. But we can upgrade this. But we need isotopes. Shit. But we can actually grab isotopes if we grab the research of the processor. Okay. We also have a ton of things like Hydroformer. Where is that? Where can I find that? Is the research not done yet? It is. Where is it? Hold on, I need to pause because I don't know where it is. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this... It says it will turn dirt into grass and grass into lush. So if I put it over here and here, and especially here, then this will be lush and then this will be grassland. I mean, that's what it says. That would be pretty nice. I think a lot of missile turrets over there would be also nice. Okay, do we have any habs? Yes, we do. I think that amount of water is not really worth it. Research completed. Okay, that's going to be our processor. Here's the processor. 28 ore. Okay, we have that. Let's see. And of course we need to connect this up as well. Like so. So we have two uranium deposits. Or we can just exchange just to speed up this process. Yep. Another processor, like so. Okay. I wonder how much this is going to do. 2? Is that it? Is it actually gonna be 2? Oh, holy shit, actually, hold on. The Hydroformer is kicking in because we didn't have Lush over here. So will these update? Yes, I think they do. Okay. And we also need the life support. Life support maybe over here. Can we squeeze that in? It's not going to be in range. Yeah, this is good. Life support over here, so those biomes will not consume that much water. Now here we have more grassland. Beautiful. This is so epic. We definitely haven't done this before. This is extremely epic. I wonder what caused our insane decline in water. Wait, is the processor? No, that's a lot of. Yeah, that's a lot of everything. Maybe I just put down so much defense. Now we're at plus 50, but energy-wise, we're still very shit actually. We need more reactors, but where? There's the question. Placing it over connectors, bro. Okay, too close to each other. Yeah, that's also a big problem. Holy shit! Are you telling me we have a geyser that I never took? Yeah. Okay, reactor. Let's spoof that. Maybe we can build a reactor over here. Would be nice if there was a visual indication of how close is close for a reactor. Okay, now I'm pretty sure that the next problem is that we're not gonna have enough water for all this. We can hydroform. Actually, we could hydroform everything where we are currently gathering water from, because that would just make those positions even better. Actually, turrets like this absolutely don't make sense. We should remove those. Turret like that, this also doesn't make any sense, because they need workers to be maintained, and you know that's not really in the front lines anymore. I mean, one could argue that this is also not really important, but that's just a laser turret. I think it's fine. Laser turret like this, also not good. Okay, so let's hydroform. Yeah, this here. What does that actually cost in terms of maintenance? A lot of energy. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad, I think. Yeah, so this is now lush. This guy's now producing 40. That definitely didn't produce 40 before. We have a random commando over there. Okay, very cool. So now the depot. Just think I built one over here. Yes. Also doesn't really say like how much extra resources. Yeah, so the problem is, you know, like for example, depot, now I can't even click on it. Maybe I can click on it over here. Yep. Nope. This is the depot. So each construction of nearby buildings, but how nearby? That's my first question that I would have. And here it actually does say the limit is 30 crystals, 20 ore, and 20 isotopes. Okay. So for example, an autocannon turret that's kind of nearby, will that go up quickly? Or quicker? Oh, hold on a minute. No, it's not gonna be quicker. It's like a second command center or landing pad. So that the resources don't have to come from the landing pad, right? Because if you're further out, the further you're out, that means the longer trip the resources have to take from the landing pad to actually be put in a position like this. But if you have a depot, then that can distribute the resources. That is huge. For example, if we need an emergency construction nearby, over here, for example. Okay, fantastic. Now they're going to come from 3 different locations. Now what that means is we need a SAM over here. And the SAM over here. Right, because they can have airborne units. And this is going to be the next location we need to completely build up from scratch. And this is where the economy factor comes in. Like insane. Check out this beam turret. I've been saying that for the longest time. Okay, interesting position for that. Good enough. And of course we need to build up a bunch of these missile launchers. Yeah, this endgame part, or kind of endgame, I'm not sure if we're that close to the endgame. But yeah, this part is completely new territory in terms of what's the like the best approach to prepare for this, because now it's just 3 random waves. And I mean, this one down here could actually be over here. And for that we absolutely do not have enough resources. Or like a bunch of walls. Yeah, now we're completely out of resources actually. We don't even have resources for more missile turrets, and that's gonna be a lot of like energy consumption. I mean, they could even come from here, and then it's instant GG. Or these guys can actually turn down here as well. That's something that we don't know at all. It's kind of safe to say that any wave coming from up top is definitely going to hit this position. So this, I feel like, is going to be a good read. Yeah, looking at where they're coming from. Question is, do we have enough firepower? We didn't really have enough firepower down here set up at all. And do we have enough energy? We have at least 20k stockpiled, so that's good. And yes, indeed, this is actually going to be from here. Now, what is this beam tower going to do? It's going to be beaming. Oh man, these are ripping through. Oh, that's a lot of damage. I guess we need the force fields, or what's it called? So there's the beam tower. So that's a single... Yeah, so that's a single target. Tower, it's nice, but yeah, it's not doing AoE. Not really a fan. Okay, that's gonna be taken out. No, this position might be in trouble. Yeah, you kind of need defenses that are going to be good at dealing AoE. I also ran out of... Shit. Ran out of power. That's too close. We're really on the edge. Oh shit. Actually, these guys aren't done yet. Uh-oh. This might be a problem. A solar... Oh yes. What is... Oh wow, mine core. Should have seen that. This is gonna be a painful loss, because we are going to lose. I mean, even more resources stockpiled. Or more pushing out for more resources. I say, yeah, I think there's a lot of potential. I left a lot of potential, I should say, in this run of not pushing out. Because that could have been potentially a lot of resources. A lot more resources, and that means a lot more resources stockpiled, all that good stuff.
We're under attack.
Can redeploy the captain. Okay, I mean, we could maybe push this further, but recovering from this is gonna be very bad. I don't think we can recover, actually. Okay, so that beam tower is actually... That might be nice. For like single targets, but I feel like we still need a lot of AoE.
We're under attack.
Hopefully these missiles are going to focus on the spawners themselves. Yes, okay. So now we will need to completely rebuild all of this. This, to be more precise.
On my way. On my way. On my way. On my way. Orders received.
We can take back most of this effort, at least.
On my way.
parts of it.
Orders attack. Orders received. On my way. Orders received.
Yeah, I mean, this concept up here, where we have like a really good defined location that we can build up, I think this is good to do it so. But like I said, there's a ton of potential up here. Like this would be a lot more water, this would be a lot more ore as well.
Orders received.
I mean, you can't really get away with not pushing out, I feel like. Okay, well, we can rebuild. We can at least see you.
On my way.
Took me 15 cycles until the next one. So that's not getting powered. We can even, oh, we can even boost power production. Boost power production by plus 30 using crystals when stored power falls below 75. Well, that's a toggle. That's very smart. Oh, when stored, this is what we would have. Oh my god, I didn't know about this, but this is exactly what we needed. Because we had this shit ton of crystals. Actually, shit ton of isotopes. And we could have just boosted the energy production. Damn. That's super unlucky. It's not unlucky, we're learning the game actually. Okay. That is definitely something I need to do next time. Or just, I mean, enable it immediately. In case we have a reactor going somewhere. For example, this guy use isotopes for sure. Because we have so much extra isotopes. Now this wall piece. I don't think we need these wall pieces. I mean, they don't cost any maintenance, right? Okay, so there's not really a point in not having them. Well, except that they kind of take up this location from the pump. Let's repair. This was a huge tip, by the way. Thank you very much. So that we can highlight destroyed buildings and just rebuild them. Okay, now we're making a ton of effort back. I'm not sure if I want to rebuild this beam tower, to be honest. I don't think I want to. I'd rather have like an autocannon turret next instead of it. Or even another missile launcher. Okay, did we lose anything that's... yeah, this pump. Because we're losing water, and we didn't lose water before. So that's an autocannon turret. I think that's an old autocannon turret. Okay. Thumper, sure. Cannot place that. Okay, so that's also an old one. Yeah, because we have walls there since then. Okay, that's good to know. What about you? You need ore. Yeah, we really need to upgrade this. Let's exchange a few of this and just upgrade it. Actually, let's exchange a lot more. And upgrade this other drill mine. This one. Hopefully that's going to be a lot better. Okay, advanced drill mine. Once this is up, we'll see. We'll see how much more it produces. Okay, we can rebuild this for sure.
On my way.
Yeah, the fact that we got this far with a singular barracks is a little bit crazy, because now with all this excess resources, what we could do is just, you know, do this.
On my way.
And just build a bunch of barracks and just start moving out, because we have the commandos. We can actually do all these researches, it doesn't really matter. It's practically for free. Now we need a few professionals. Oh shit, it's already the next wave. Okay, then never mind. Let us demolish all of this. And now it's going to be from up top. Everything is going to be from up top. Or are you actually kidding me right now? Holy shit. So that's a force field. Everything is going to be from up top. That is trolling. Okay, that's actually funny. Everyone should have their own individual connections. I think this one this might come to here, and in that case I think this is a pretty good position. Ultimately, it's like SAM'd up and missile launched up, so that's nice. But this position, this is like shit. Let's grab another missile launcher if we can. Let's try to strategically place these. We don't need this laser turret in the back. It's just a waste of resources and upkeep. We need more. Problems. We need more better. We need more professionals and workers. So I'm gonna put down a few more biomes. I think we could build more walls. I think we need even more walls than we had previously. And now we're completely out of resources. Now what I am going to do is just enable everyone to use isotopes. I'm not sure how much isotopes this will consume. That would also be nice to be highlighted in the tooltip. Like how much isotope this actually means. But yeah, like this position is going to be hammered. It's going to be shit on so much, it's crazy. Still haven't figured out these hotkeys, honestly. I'm pressing 4 and nothing happens. Don't want to make everything a force field. Because it also consumes power. And we don't have any SAMs here, though we do. No, or laser turrets. Okay, here we do have SAMs. Oh, now we have these big dudes. No, these are... Oh, those are awesome. Oh my god, look at these. Destroyers. So against destroyers, none of this actually works. Force fields, yeah, this is true. But this is like the final enemies. I don't think so. Actually, no, they're definitely not, because there's a lot of maps with a lot more waves. But holy shit, those just tore through everything. So up until the destroyers, like this is like a standard defense that we have. This is pretty good. And then comes the destroyers, and they just melted everything. It feels like not even force fields would actually do anything about them. So then what? Actually, hold on, let's pause before we... What is this? Plasma cannon shoots out massive charges that rip through hordes of enemies. I may have accidentally found the answer then. I mean, hordes of enemies? Okay, then maybe... Okay, so here's what I'm thinking right now. I feel like everything is like in a tier basis, just not directly as a tier base. So for example, we have the Habs, then the biomes, and then the Sky Garden. I think we have the laser turret, then the autocannon turret, and then the plasma cannon. Because this seems like to be AoE, just like the autocannon turret. Although, yeah, actually the laser turret is not a good example because that's single target. So plasma cannon with beam towers and missile launchers. And SAMs, of course. Could that be the play? Because then the plasma cannon would tear through most of this small shit. And then we would have the beam tower hopefully focus firing on the destroyers. Are you kidding me? The previous best map score was 817.0001 and now our map score is going to be 817. Okay, bro. Yeah, so I cannot go back to the map, but I think, yeah. So even autocannons are like useless at certain times. I feel like they're very good until the previous cycle, like the 190 or something cycle that we had previously. But at 215, we need to remember this 215. 215, we need to scale up everything. Using those plasma cannons and also probably those beam towers. I haven't checked if we can actually... If we can set the focus priority. Because that would be nice to, you know, just tell them, hey, shoot the biggest creature that you can find. And then we'll just focus fire on the destroyers. Because this is the second time we got wrecked by destroyers. Ultimately, I think economy-wise we did better than last time with the physicist. But we got wrecked in the exact same location. So clearly this doesn't work. And I feel like it wouldn't have mattered if we had like several more layers of autocannons and missile turrets because they're just weak. So yeah, with that in mind, in the next episode what we're going to do, I'm not sure what we're going to play next episode. Well, I think the captain ultimately doesn't really matter. I might go back to the physicist or just check out one of these new ones that we have unlocked. But we definitely need to go for plasma cannons and then beam towers at 215. Because the wave before that, that's doable with this equipment that we had, but but cycle 215, we need to do something better. Okay, cool. Still super fun. Thanks for watching.